When developing a website, we may not be able to handle every request. However, we still want to return a response when a request can't be fulfilled. In such cases, we can use the HttpResponseNotFound feature. Let's understand how to use this feature with an example. I will create a dynamic URL. If you don't know what a dynamic URL is, please watch the playlist in order. The dynamic parameter is named course name. When a request is made to the dynamic URL, the show course function will be called. I define the function in the views file. I need to pass the dynamic URL parameter to the function with the request. For now, I create the function using pass. Imagine you are building a website that includes tutorials for Python, Go, and Java. I create a dictionary. I add an entry for Python, Go, and Java to the dictionary. Based on request, I will display the appropriate value from dictionary. I create a variable for the response text. I assign the dictionary value corresponding to the course name parameter to the variable. Then I return the text. Don't forget to save the files you modified. I will run the server. You can do this using the command prompt. Let's visit the address in a browser. There is no definition in our program to handle a request made with an empty URL. Therefore, the error displayed is expected. When a request is made to the home, it redirects to the welcome message. We learned the details of the redirection feature in the previous tutorial. Now let's try making requests with Python, Java, and Go. The appropriate values in the dictionary are displayed. But what happens if I make a request with a value not in the dictionary? For example, JavaScript is not in the dictionary. The web server shows us an error message. We don't want to show this message to users. To solve this, we can use the HttpResponseNotFound feature. I import the required library. We will use the try and except feature in the show course function. If the code in the try block runs successfully, the except block will not execute. However, if there is an issue in the try block, such as a request with a value not in the dictionary, the except block will execute. In the except block, I will use the HttpResponseNotFound feature. Let's make another request with JavaScript. The except block executed because this value is not in the dictionary. Web servers respond to every request with an HTTP status code. For example, when a request is successfully handled, the web server sends status 200. In some cases, web server can't provide a successful response. For example, if the requested value is not in the dictionary, the web server can't find a resource to return. It sends status 404 to the client. Status codes are very important during testing phase of the application. How can we view these status codes? Follow these steps. Go to the Network tab. Make a request. This way, you can see the status code sent by the server. Since the JavaScript value is not in the dictionary, the web server returned 404 not found. When a request is made with Python, the status code was 200, indicating a successful response. Can we use HTTP response instead of HTTP response not found? Let's try it. A request made with Python completed successfully. Let's make a request with JavaScript. The application works as expected. However, the status code is 200. For example, if no data is found in the database, 200 status code can be misleading. We would prefer to see 404 not found response instead of 200. In this case, we should use HttpResponseNotFound. We can see 404 not found response. I recommend watching the other Django tutorials.